Hey, it's Ted here. Say that, Donna. Every cotton picking time. Does it ever get boring? I'm living down to expectations. Member of the 47%. Sitting on my front porch on a Wednesday morning. Yes, I am. And the lighting's pretty good today. It's kind of cloudy. Not too many birds, and don't hear a train whistle. Yesterday, I made a video that I don't think I'm going to put up. I think it would probably piss some people off. I tend to say things that I feel strongly about, that mean something to me, that people sometimes don't like. But today I have something on my mind I have to say, and come hell or high water, whatever. Because sometimes I'm just a little peon. Nobody's watching this video. Probably I have so few hits. It's funny, but it gives me a way to speak. But anyway, sometimes, most of the fucking time, in my 55 years, it's been me against the world. And I have always stood for truth. This morning, when I got up, I woke up early. I had stuff on my mind and couldn't go back to sleep, so got up about 5 o'clock and headed out here to the porch. And down the hall from the front door is my son's room, and I can see him sleeping there on the bed. He heard me and moved around and looked up, and I went down there and put my hand on him and told him I love him. And as I walked out the door this morning, my family is my life. I love them so much. There was tears in my eyes when I came out here, and I don't know if you think that's not being manly or strong or something, or if I'm just being too goddamn sappy. But those people, my kids and my wife, mean everything to me. And I haven't had them that many years. Been with my wife a very long time. But, they're everything. And they give me reason where once I didn't have quite as much reason. Oh shit, gonna go on a long day, sorry. I apologize for the length of this video. But anyway, through the years I have tried so many things and tried to do the right thing so many times. And always my motivation has been entirely pure. I've always been the crusader, the one who has tried to do something for somebody, and I have fucked up so many times. I've stood up and spoken to people, and I've written and spoken out about injustices, and I've stood up on the job against bosses, and it cost me. And we developed a foster care effort that had all the promise in the world of saving hundreds of kids, and that too, and there's a story behind all of that. So, my track record ain't all that damn good. But sometimes they say that nice guys finish last. I guess maybe that's why I'm still sitting on the front porch. You think? I don't have the what do you call it? The aura, the personality, the all of those attributes that people on TV have. I'm just an old scraggly looking guy, and I'm not real good sometimes at speaking the things in my head, but that don't mean I don't give a shit. But I'm still kind of like one of those little candles, those trick candles you buy for a birthday cake where you blow them out and they light back up? That's me. I'm one of those trick candles. Because, you know, and it pisses me off sometimes, because sometimes I wish I could just, you know, turn my fucking light off and sit here on the porch and watch squirrels, you know, and eat peanuts and let the world go by. But I can't do that. I just can't. You see, there's more to me than just a dumbass redneck sitting on the front porch. I know a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things, and I'm not bragging. If you think I am, whatever, you know. But I've seen so much shit in this world, so much injustice, and I've seen so much happen over the years that leads me to believe the country, this country. Let me tell you what I used to do when I was a kid. You grew up in the 60s or the 50s watching TV. You remember that television used to go off at midnight. Channel 9 TV used to go off at midnight. And before they went off, they would play a little clip of the Star-Spangled Banner. Yeah. And they would show videos of the flag and of the Capitol and the White House and of, you know, jets flying and naval vessels, you know, all this patriotic shit. And when I was a kid, I used to stand up in front of that television at attention every fucking time I was up. Now that was me, buddy. Mr. Patriot. And I have loved what this country stands for, and this state, Texas, stands for. And I know all about what has happened and what leaders have done and how many injustices there are, but behind all of that there is a truth and a reality and a strength that exists in a piece of paper called the Constitution of the United States. When I was a kid, I was a super patriot. When I grew up, the only thing I wanted to do was the right thing and serve people. I believed that the way to do that was through my religious beliefs, and I threw everything I had into them. And it took me a long time to figure out that ain't the answer, and that I had been fooling myself. No, it's not the answer. Religion is not the answer. Turning this country into some kind of religious oligarchy, it's not the answer. The answer is living up to the fucking Constitution. That's the answer. The answer is every citizen living up to what this country is supposed to be. And saying to the thugs and to the people in power, enough of this shit. I don't want anybody dead. I don't want anybody thrown out. I want people who have broken the law to be called into account for it. I want the law and justice to prevail. If somebody has broken the law, then they should suffer under the penalties of the law. But beyond that, I'm not vindictive and I'm not hateful, not even in the people in the ivory towers, not even of Mr. Romney. I'm not intimidated by their power, but I do not want harm to come to them. What I want is an equitable and a fair and a peaceful country, and a country that can take that equity, that peacefulness, and that fairness, and that peace, and spread it around the world, rather than destroying the fucking world militarily. That's always been what I want. I may be alone in the goddamn world wanting that, but I do. That's all I want. My dream is the same as the Reverend Martin Luther King. It really is. I admire that man. And I admire most what he said, that maybe someday this country will live up to what it stands for and recognize people for who they are as individuals, and not what color they are, or what economic strata they live in, or what they drive, or how thin or fat they are. But they are all American citizens, are human beings, and all people on the earth have value. That's all I've ever wanted, people. Am I nuts? Am I wrong? Am I the only person in the whole fucking world that thinks that way? My children have a world to grow up in that's scary as hell. I worry about what they live in, what they're going to live in. I worry about what their future will be. And I know that I'm not here much longer to protect them, and I know that I can't protect them now. There's not much I can do. In fact, there's fucking nothing I can do to protect them. But what I can do is I can teach them a few things, such as when to stand up for right and for truth, and when to not let a bully kick your ass, but at the same time not hate the bully. Because for every bully, there's a reason. We need to care about people. We need to care about all people. And I do not understand the genetic anomaly that exists within me that has caused me to give a damn, even though I have been knocked on the fucking floor so many times. And I still get up. And that little spark still comes back, and I don't know why. It's pretty fucking annoying. And I'll be honest. You know, the last video I did, it was about what's a real man? What's a real man? And I kind of went off on one of my pet peeves, paintball. God, a juvenile thing to do. And I asked the question, what is a real man? Who is a real man? Is being a real man someone who never cries? Is being a real man, you know, John Wayne? You know, what is a real man? Is a real man who sits at the top of an ivory tower, shuffling businesses around like checkers on a checkerboard, and not even considering the fact that every one of those has to do with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people's lives? Is that what a real man is in these worlds today? Some ruthless tycoon? Is it? Is that what a real man is today? Is a real man some weenie who plays around, who sits in his office and says nothing when a boss browbeats friends and co-workers? Well, I'll tell you what a real man is, in my personal opinion. A real man is somebody who will bawl their eyeballs out. Sometimes. Because I do. Because I love my family so much, I could just sit down and cry. Because, and a real man is someone who cannot stand to see injustice and cruelty and meanness, even though he may be helpless to do much about it. And a real man is one who will try to figure out a way to do something. And when there is a door open, he will jump through it with both feet. A real man is not someone who shuffles people's lives like a deck of cards. A real man is someone who fucking cares about somebody else more than himself and has the guts to do something. I'll be honest, sometimes some of the things I've done, it's kind of scared me shitless, really. And I don't like fear, and I don't like confrontation. I hate confrontation. I do. You'd think that I like it. So many people on the web, they thrive on this constant confrontation. They go after other people, and then they just sit back and salivate watching other people being screwed over. No, that's not me. No, I'm a pacifist. I want peace. I want peaceful world, a peaceful world. But that does not prevent me from taking a stand and having some courage and finding the goddamn nerve to stand up when I must stand up. A man is not someone who isn't afraid. We all experience fear. A man is someone who does what is right in spite of that fear. And in any situation, at any time, and anywhere. So go ahead. You few who wind up watching this knucklehead video of some redneck sitting on the front porch, a member of the 47%, not a penny in my fucking pocket, my van won't run very well. The ultimate definition of nobody. And tell me I don't know what the fuck a man is. But I do. And I can guarantee you, if men in this country would stand up for the Constitution, for the rights of our citizens, and for those things that are honest and true, this country would change. I don't want a revolution. I don't want a battle. I don't want a war. And that's not what I'm advocating. I'm not talking like these dumb shit rednecks that go down to, the gun shop and fill their closet full of weapons and dream of the day they're going to ride around in pickup trucks and overcome some big army and lead a revolution. Now, that's just stupid. It's just stupid. I don't want to get my ass shot off for a cause that ain't going to happen. I'm not stupid. But if men would be men and honest, starting with themselves, and sacrifice whatever needs to be sacrificed in order to maintain honesty, the world would begin to change, and it would change to the positive. If you work for a company that's dishonest, don't live with it. Deal with it. Or leave it. If you are in a situation where you have to either keep your mouth shut or speak up, and you're afraid to speak up, get some guts. Speak up. If you have a talent, use it for truth. Just truth. Honesty. That's the answer. The answer isn't religion. It's not pie in the sky. It's not heaven over there. It's just one simple, massive, huge, tiny oxymoron word called truth. And I will live, and I will die, and I will stand on truth. And if that gets me shot or screwed over, I can't help it. I don't have a choice. My family means something to me. My kids mean something to me. My wife means something to me. And the people in this country, the poor people, the disadvantaged people, they mean something to me. If I'm the only one in the fucking world that do, if you're one of them, I give a shit. And I'm sorry I can't do more. I guess that's about it for today.